know Michelle ain't on my good 4K TV I just got on the Black Friday special. I know she ain't on my TV talking about some David smothers me and when he opens doors, when he talks kindly. I feel smothered. Dr. Pia, you gave her out. She just didn't take it. Y'all listen, I have never, in all my 40 plus years, I ain't never heard of a damn dinner party, of a dinner, a evening out at dinner, at the Red Lobster, at the Olive Garden. I have never heard of going out to dinner turning into a damn sleepover, turning into a 12:31 a.m. text saying I ain't coming home, I'm having a sleepover because my girl is having a hard time. Bitch, you about to be divorced. You gonna be having a real rough time if you do this shit. I'm telling y'all right now, Allan is so much better than me because I would have been like, bitch, where's my doggy bag? Where is my food? Okay, you just assumed I ate, huh? Allan, this was your time, bro. You missed your point. You missed your turn up. That was the time for you to go, wait a minute, hold up. You was at the Lobster? You was at the Red Lobster? You ain't bring me no damn biscuits or nothing? Oh my goodness. I'm about to go in and forgot to tell y'all who I am. Hey, you guys. Welcome to Pretty Real TV. I'm Carla with a C, and I don't do K, okay? If you're new here, yes, I cut up all the time. Every episode. And if that's your vibe, then you already know what to do, stink. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button. You know, I don't know what some of y'all be wanting. Some of y'all want like demure. I don't really give demure. I give girlfriend. Okay, I give a good time. Somebody please tell me to stop getting on Ikechi's side of the bed. He has drawn an imaginary line and he don't want her over there. Okay, he keep telling her you're a habitual line crosser. Okay, he damn near and hit the covers like this. He and put a butter knife between them just so it could stab her ass if she crossed that line. He don't want her. Baby, why y'all didn't tell me I was missing an earring? That's how you feel, sis? Dang, bruh. I mean, anywho, let's get into it. Okay, so, you know, we already know in our heart of hearts, Ikechi don't want Mimi. We have established that, right? Okay, moving right along. Madison and Allan. As I said previously, Allan confirmed that Madison goofy ass gonna send him a text at 12:31 a.m. like he ain't got no job, like he on PTO vacation or whatever. He could be, but the reality is, girl, you a married woman. You got your nerve texting your man at 12:31 instead of picking up the phone call and then saying, hey, baby, I'm at my apartment and what's her friend name? Tracy. Whatever her name is, she having problems. So did them problems start at dinner? On the way to the house, to the apartment? When did these problems start, Madison? Because I feel like you're full of shit. This girl walks through the door and says, hi. So, you know, I just want to let you know I'm going to have a lot of nights like this, you know. And I was thinking, y'all know why. I don't know why fire heartbeats popped in my head. Nights like this, I wish the raindrops would fall. This fool gonna say, Allan was like, oh, I understand. Allan, I'm telling you, homegirl wants you to put your foot in her ass, okay? Not literally, okay? Figuratively. Meaning when she walked through that door, you should have gave so much attitude, so much, where you been, anime? You should have hit her with that type of energy, okay? Like, let me tell you something about me in this marriage. What you won't do, what you ain't gonna do, what we not gonna start doing is not sleeping together, okay? Look, it's one thing if you need a break and you respectfully tell me, but it's another thing to stay out. You said you was at a dinner party. The dinner party turned into happy hour, and you ain't came through with a box, a bag, or nothing from Red Robin's. I ain't yum or nothing. But here you go with your disrespectful ass coming through the door talking about some. I go out all the time with my friends. Yeah, but when you ask to be married, when you ask to be on this show, there are rules to this, okay? I need you to be a little bit more demure. Allan says, because you know I told y'all Allan be hanging out on the south side, okay? Remember he was playing boom, 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 boom. He says, I was hoping that we could, pull out the hoopty. She was like, what's that? All that rump shaking, all that crisscross, all the clubs that you hit with your girls, all them bars in Chicago, and you don't know what a hoopty is. He was like, yeah, a hoopty. I was thinking we could take my, my raggedy, hoopty out and, hang out. She was like, what is that? One of your Allanisms? You ain't never heard of hoopty? Allan said that's a common expression. My ride, my hoopty. She was like, it must be an Allanism. This fool was sitting there eating watermelon. I ain't gonna say that's very black and very black of him, but I'm gonna just say he hit the watermelon stand up. Look, I ain't about to say he got black friends. I'm saying he was eating watermelon trying to spell hoopty. Well, Carla with the K is homeless. Apparently, all her shit is in storage, okay? So she going through her storage unit, her wand, and she showing him flower pots, empty flower pots, and not only that, but she had to grab her, her Playtex tampons and a few Ugg slippers and her sage. And he was like, what is the sage for? She was like, oh, so we can baptize the apartment. Now listen, let me say this, okay? Because y'all keep saying baptism in this episode, and I'm just saying, don't piss me off, okay? Look, let me tell y'all something, okay? Saging the apartment is not baptizing, okay? Don't make me go to my Bible. Don't make me do it. Y'all have said baptism in the wrong type of, way a few times in this episode. I'm not counting. I ain't trying to be politically correct. I'm not here for that. I'm just saying, don't piss me off by using it in the wrong way, okay? Saging your house is removing and cleaning energy, okay? Baptism is not energy removed from your body. Let me move on before I go there. David and Michelle, this is when our shit hits the fan, okay? And David, what would have been so cool is if you would have showed her that box fan that was sitting in the corner of your apartment. But anywho, David and Michelle are waiting on Dr. Pia and Pastor Cal to arrive at the apartment. He says, I feel like I'm sitting there waiting for the dean of students to come because I'm in trouble. First thing this girl say, were you a bad student? You want shit to be wrong with that man. Cal comes in, right? And he was like, so, what do you guys think about our match? What do you think? David said, I love the pick. You guys picked a beautiful woman. I think this is great. She's been nothing but straightforward with me. And I said, bitch, let's not forget bitch. But she been very straightforward, a little nice nasty for my liking. But he said, thank you for the connection. Michelle, this is where I got mad. I got motherfucking mad. I got so goddamn mad. I said, oh. Michelle, what do you think? Michelle says, maybe I was a little vague in what I wanted as a physical appearance. Oh, no, the hell you didn't. Oh, see, she tried that shit. I was like, no. Go back to episode 1. Baby, you said out your mouth, you are attracted to a black man, okay? You said that. Nah, yeah, he ain't black, but you gonna say maybe you were vague on the appearances. No, you were very much spot on the appearances. You also said, I want my man to be successful and his lifestyle needs to match. Well, let's see here, Oprah. Okay, maybe his lifestyle doesn't match, but maybe it does, because I didn't see shit in your apartment that gave me luxury. I didn't see nothing in your apartment. Just because you got a little range and you got a microwave above the damn stove does not mean that you the shit. And I said it for somebody in the back that's listening to me. Just because you got a refrigerator that is stainless steel, a range oven above your damn stove does not mean you got a luxury apartment. I said what I said, okay? Now, Dr. Pia, run the tape. Run the motherfucking tape. Dr. Pia said, oh, I'm going to tell you what you asked for. You asked me, I'm going to tell you what you asked for. Run the tape. They ran the tape. I said, now watch her face drop. Dr. Pia says, so Michelle on her tape, she said, what if, Dr. Pia even said, what if he lives, you have dreams of home ownership like he does. Okay, what if he lives in a studio apartment or a basement apartment, but he has dreams of owning a home just like you? Is that okay? Would that be acceptable to you? She's talking about, I wouldn't see why not if our goals align. So here we are. Here the fuck we are, Oprah. Here we are, Alyssa, aka wannabe Alyssa. Here we are. And because he lived in the basement with a deep freezer in the corner, you got an issue. You picking him apart. And she was like, yeah, I just still, I just feel like all these things that he's saying is nice to hear, but Dr. Pia said, that was harsh. Damn, like you coming through just like that. You coming through hard. You coming through off the cuff. Like, and the way David handles it, he's so cool and calm on the couch. He's like, you know what? I love her straightforwardness. I was like, you can't love this bitch. This bitch evil. Okay? She wicked evil. You hear me? You can't love her. Out of her mouth, she says, I'm just mad at myself because I just didn't get a chance to express how disappointed I am, with everything and the marriage. And I'm just so disappointed in myself for not being able to speak up the way I need to. I wanted David to pop I just wanted David to thump the hell out of her and be like, you've been telling me how and who and when and where to kiss your ass since the day I said I do. You've been telling me that I'm nasty. You've told me that that it's stupid. You've looked down on me since day one, and you haven't expressed yourself correctly. I think you're doing a good ass job. I think you're doing a good job expressing how you can't stand this marriage. So Dr. Pia said, sounds like you're calling it quits. Are you throwing in the towel already? She was like, I want her to say, yeah, I'm throwing in the towel. He deserves better. Okay. Yes. I'm just mentally checked out. You gotta get checked in to check yourself out. Just say, I'm sorry, but I'm checking out because I'm not physically attracted to him. Although everything he's saying is nice, is cute, it's very nice of him to say that. He hasn't been mean to me. She's acknowledged that too, you guys. David has not been mean to me or nasty. He's been willing to listen and to give me my space. It's me. It ain't him. She values success as in a financial aspect. David recognizes he values mental health as wealth. Okay, it's how he feels, it's how he lives his life, it's his family, it's the dynamics of living that makes him feel successful and wealthy. For her, wealth. Okay, so so the fact that you got mad towards the end of this episode when he said your little apartment was real simple, I guess that pissed you off, but I don't know what you wanted him to say. Okay, we're gonna get to that, because I know that David's a good person, you know. I see the value in David. I said, you just don't see the value in this damn marriage. That's all. And did y'all hear that dry ass? Thank you. That's good to hear. And they like, okay, Michelle, listen. What are you scared of? She was like, of losing control and possibly being back in the basement or on a farm from where I came from. I came from mediocre beginnings. Y'all, can I ask y'all something? To me, let me just ask a question. Why does Michelle give off she was raised by the system? Why is she giving off that energy like I got like my only dream and hope, okay, was to get out of this situation and get an apartment? Why is she living like CPS had her whole life? And Dr. Pia said, how do you like what's going on with you? And she was like, I feel smothered. And Dr. Pia was like, how? He's like, the opening the doors and all that. And I was like, this broken ass girl, not a woman, she's a broken ass individual, to say on national TV, I feel smothered because this man is opening doors for me and being kind to me. And then Dr. Pia is like, when's the last time you had a good man in your life? This girl said 7 years. She said, yeah, that explains it. So you haven't been taken care of properly in 7 years. She was like, no. Oh, why does Ikechi lie so much? Baby, you guys, they're at Ikechi's eclectic ass apartment, okay? What in the earth, wind, and fire is going on? This man, talking about, this man got a Casio. He got Casio tapes over here. He got a computer board over here. He look like Roger Troutman's speaker box, computer. He got a drum set. He got a damn guitar, and he gonna talking about some. It ain't all that. It's real simple, you know. It's real simple. So then she says, "Okay, it looks comfortable in here, though." She says, "But I see you play the guitar. Why don't you play something for me?" This man picking. Yeah, that's all I can do. She was like, bruh, I heard the riffs. How long you been playing? This man says, the family probably taught me in college. You know, I learned that probably while I was in college, I learned how to play. He was like, well, you know, when I broke my wrist in a car accident, so I couldn't play the drums no more, so I picked up the guitar. Y'all, what's wrong with that motherfucking story? What is wrong with the story? Come on, let's dissect the story. He said he couldn't play. He couldn't play. Cause his wrist got broke. Okay, Twinkle Toes said he couldn't play, but I'll be damn if his wrist is not working enough for a guitar. I'm so sick of this man lying to me, to my face, on my good ass 4K TV that I just got on sale. I'm so sick of the shit. don't know what to do with myself. Now, you told that lie and it flew out your mouth so well. You thought we weren't going to catch it. You couldn't play the drums. Because you couldn't be earth, wind, and fire. I promise you, don't that take the drum? Don't that take action as well? You would have been better off saying you played the flute than to play the guitar. Camille, you about to miss your man with all this Black Power shit. Okay, listen. I know last week you damn near took his black card. Okay, I'm gonna need for you to stop looking for a spade. Okay, I'm gonna need for you to stop acting like you the big joker and you about to run a Boston on Thomas. Okay, now Thomas is real relaxed and he look like he on melatonin a lot. Okay, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. But you at this man's house looking for J's, looking for Jordans, said it better have been some Jordans up in here because your swag is like at a level 4. Well, what's wrong with his Izod polo shirts he got on? Everybody don't need to be on Ralph Lauren or shit they can't afford. Half of the people in the hood can't afford it. They finding it on clearance. Like, come on, Camille. Come on, sis. Telling about his swag. And then she was like, oh, I see a couple pairs of J's. Okay, it went to a level 5. Now, why? The drywall cart as a TV stand, you know you poor as shit to do this. He says, I thought it looked good. A yellow drywall cart as a TV stand, one is leaning. One, the shit is leaning. Are you... Y'all, I ain't even see no feet on that TV. So how? How, Sway? How? Anyway... I said, you ain't that broke. You can't be that broke. He was like, you like my hammock? I got a hammock. He got a hammock in his living room. This girl said, that carpet, it looks like it's seen a lot of days. He was like, actually, it's new. Carla, just shut up. I mean, Carla with the K. Just say, shit around here needs to be vacuumed and dusted. Like, and he was like, well, what about my bar stools? She's like, those are nice. I see you work right here. He was like, yeah, I work there. Yeah. And she says, well, I'm just concerned about where will my things go. He was like, they can fit. I mean, considering, you know, I'm not trying to be all, you know, in your business and all, but you don't have a place to live. So you're more than welcome to live here and bring your things here. She was like, yeah, but in my past relationship, you know, Carla explains that it didn't feel like her house. It felt like his because she moved into his space. And Juan was like, okay. Well, I just want you to know the hammock stays because the hammock is, I just think that's fly to have a hammock in your living room. And I was like, yeah, girl, y'all gonna have to find a neutral place, okay? Or he gonna have to sublease this apartment right here because there's no way you getting any of your things in this apartment. It's too damn small for one, and two, he not giving up stuff that makes no sense to have, like a hammock in his living room. I ain't trying to be all racial, okay? But I'm just gonna say this. Juan, baby, you was acting like everything could fit in that little apartment. And I said, baby, y'all apartment gonna be looking like a Mexican restaurant. Now look, don't kill me. Don't kill me. But y'all know every Mexican restaurant that got good food that you go into don't shit match. Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal meet Thomas and Camille at the apartment. And they're talking. Pastor Cal says, what is swag looking like? Does he have swag? Does it matter? As a pastor, are those socks that you wear swaggy? Like, come on, guys. Like, I'm over it. I'm over the swag. I'm over the conversation about his swag. And And then she was like, and I found that kind of weird when, he was talking about the water flosser. I was like, what's wrong with a water flosser? Is that bougie to have one? Because I have one. What's wrong with a water flosser? I was like, get off of him and his Temu water flosser, okay? Get off of him. Like, Camille, you looking for something to make fun of him about. And then Pascal was like, well, look, she wants you to be open and honest with her. Crack on her ass. That's what I took from his conversation with them. The only thing Juicy Face could say was, well, I mean, if he wants you to wear 5-inch heels, she's going to do that for you. Who? Shit. Let me tell you something. The way my age and my ankles is set up, hell to the no. Not even on a Good Friday. No, I will not be wearing 5-inch heels. Child, that's when you start getting arthritis. Y'all see it's cold outside. Your feet and your ankles ain't feeling the same way. That's our arthritis. No, you would not give me rheumatoid arthritis trying to be cute, swinging from the chandeliers of 5-inch heels around here. No, thank you. Give me a cute demure 2 inches. Thank you. And 3 if I'm partying. And even then, you got 2 hours for me to get out the car, walk in, sit down. Because some shoes, we women know, is cute and sit down shoes. We cute and we're going to sit down somewhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Michelle's place. It was very simple. It was so damn simple. She thought he was going to come up in here and say, look at this luxury apartment in the sky. Look at this. Wow. Michelle, you've done well for yourself. The price was right. Wow, look at all of these beautiful knickknacks and decor. Oh my goodness, you've done well for yourself. David came in and said, this look real simple like my place. My place simple. I mean, it's a little tight. It's a few things, that I've had to pile up in corners, but it's very simple. Why he say simple? She looked at him, she said, simple. Well, what did you want him to say? What? This a luxury apartment is goals? What the hell you wanted him to say? Oh, y'all can't tell me Pastor Kyle did not catch on to the fact that Ikechi and Mimi don't have a physical connection. You can't tell me. He was asking the questions without going right in and saying, y'all not getting down with the get down, are y'all? Y'all not sliding bellies. Y'all not doing none of that, are you? I can see that. I can see that. Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal meet. I really wanted Pia and Cal to meet with me meeting them, but okay. They're talking about how the marriage should look, right? This man says the poet in me wants to see the art in you, Mimi. Y'all, he thought that was a motherfucking lie. He thought that was bars. And she gonna say with her flinching eye, he was like, I mean, I know, you a tidy person. And he was like, I go to bed at 9 p.m. He's like, I go to bed at 9 p.m. But I want you to stop to smell the roses. When I go to bed, you pick up everything at night and put it back in its proper place. And you are a very just, together person. I want you to stop and smell the roses sometime. He tells her, I don't want you to be so mechanical. So you want her to go to bed with a messy ass house. That's what you said, Ikechi. That's what you saying. You don't want her to pick up her dishes and put them in the sink and use her Dawn spray to wash out these little bowls and this little cup. You want her to just leave the shit sitting on the floor and okay, when your ass get rats and roaches and mice and shit, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I won't be living there, but don't say nothing. What kind of man says, I don't want you to be mechanical, but then explain that she picks up after herself? What they find? Where they find Donald Goins at? Pastor Cal said, wait a minute, time out, bruh. Hey, bruh, as a grown-ass man, you going to bed at 9? Ikechi says, I go to bed at 9 so that I can go to the gym by 5 a.m. Is it me or I ain't seen a muscle yet. And we was on vacation with them. We was on vacation with them for 2 weeks. And I ain't seen a muscle. I ain't seen a strong back. I ain't seen no strong thighs. I ain't seen nothing that gives me, oh, hell yeah, he hitting that Peloton hard. He lifting weights. He ain't just lifting rounds. He lifting weights. His workout game is serious. I ain't seen none of that. I seen more David pecs than he catchy. But he at the gym at 5. He must be doing cardio to build his endurance or some shit, because I don't believe it. Pastor Cal was like, hey, so we all about advancing here. We want you to advance. But you going to have to push that bedtime from 9 until maybe 10 or 11 so that you can get it in where it needs to get in at. Y'all, Ikechi says, I like to sleep. What y'all got against sleep? That told us everything we needed to know. What we got against sleep is that you want it better than you want your wife. This girl talking about we hold hands. Real quick in the comment section, y'all have y'all seen them hold hands? And I don't mean just helping her through the door or making sure she get down some stairs. The line was that Pastor Cal hit her with was, ain't nothing wrong with sleep when you're single, but as a married man, you got to turn that bedtime loose sometimes. Sometimes you ain't gonna hit the gym at 5. You're gonna be hitting her at 5. All right, we gotta talk about David's apartment. Then I'm gonna let y'all go so we can talk in the comment sections and y'all can let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Y'all, they get to the side of David's house. As I told y'all, I said David gonna have a back door that's gonna lead to the basement. I swear I said that, didn't I? Give me my props. I said that. I said David gonna have a back door. And it's going to be one door to the mama kitchen, and it's going to be a back door that leads to the basement. Did I say it? I called it. They get to the basement. And they walking through the maze. And there is an apartment. There's a room down there. I think there are 2 rooms down there. It's pretty tight. It's a studio like. He got a shower, a full shower and bathroom that has been put down there that was very much built. Okay, he got windows, in the bedroom or whatnot. He got a little kitchen area. I seen the microwave. I don't think I saw an actual refrigerator, a full refrigerator. I don't know if I saw that. I damn sure didn't see a stove down there. Now, I'm thinking he got to go, upstairs to cook his food or whatnot. I could be wrong. I missed the stove. I saw a deep freezer in the corner and a few other things, okay? Now, he got a keg refrigerator that holds beers and drinks and things. And I saw he got a wine refrigerator. I saw those things. I didn't see a full fridge, okay? That I don't think I saw that, but I did see a few things that made up a kitchen. This is, I live simple, just like you. I would say this is a studio apartment. This is studio. She was like, no, it's not. No. This is still you living in your parents' basement. This is not a studio apartment. He's like, okay, but wait a minute. Hold on. She's like, have you brought women down here? He was like, well, yeah. He was like, it never got real serious, but we did a Netflix and chill in his terms. Basically, he got down with the get down. I don't care what he say. He was like, but it never went anywhere. But yeah, I brought them here and we've chilled, and then, nothing serious came out of it. She was like, mm-hmm. So they came and chilled in the basement. And she was like, oh, I see you have a laundry room. He was like, oh yeah, this is my laundry room. She was like, so does your parents? This was the telltale sign for her. She said, does your parents have a laundry room upstairs? He was like, oh no, they do their laundry when I'm at work. I told y'all did not. Some of y'all was like, I told y'all. I said, mom and them shared the basement. the laundry facilities. They share the washer and dryer. I said that to y'all. I said they basically have created an apartment in the basement. The basement probably was already finished. They just gave him a little bit of space and knocked the wall or two out to give him more of an apartment feel. I promise you, I said that. I said that. Here we are at the basement. And this girl says, okay, so this is just what I thought. And he was like, so you don't think this is a studio? She was like, not at all. This is an apartment in your parents' basement. You guys share laundry. And Allan actually cooks something I would have been doing for Madison, as considering she just went to Red Robin's and had a good time and had her damn sleepover on my ass on the first night of us being married and being in this apartment together. But anywho, they get to talking about religion, and he was saying that he would not send his child, you know, or future children to a religious school. And she was like, I really don't practice, you know, any particular religion, although I would definitely get my children baptized. But we would just basically be CME, you know, goers, you know. Y'all know CME, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter. And Mia, was she slopping up and sopping up that food that she was like, this good. Ooh, this is good. She was like, yum. I was like, better than that Red Robin's your ass could have had, and better than that Red Robin's that you could have brought him back. I bet it is. Maybe you should eat more of his food than going to Red Robin's. Maybe you should sit your ass down there. That's what I was thinking while she was eating that food. She was dogging that food. Do you hear me? That was just my thoughts and my opinion. So yeah, I was thinking maybe if Allan keep cooking, you gonna stay your ass out of Red Robin's in the bars and sit your ass down somewhere. Okay? Because you already starting off real ridiculous. All right? Just my thoughts. But you guys, I know I have talked long enough about the episode. It was a very good. I'm telling y'all, these episodes have been very good and entertaining, and y'all, we have been talking in the comment section and cutting up, and I don't want that to stop because I love your opinions, even the ones that ain't so bright. Okay, I love them. Okay, and sometimes it's got to be each one and teach one. That's what I'm saying. But you guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel, Pretty Real TV. Enjoy. I hope that I give you content weekly that you enjoy and want to see more of. If there are other shows that you would like for me to entertain or watch or give my commentary on, leave it in the comment section. Again, my name is Carla with a C, and I will see you guys very soon. Hit the like button, comment below on what you thought of the episode, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Welcome to Pretty Real TV if you're new here. Thank you. See you guys soon. Bye.